Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the UK and Republic of Ireland Qualifying Cup number 2 for the Halo World Championships 2016. My name is Wonderboy, and joining me in the booth is my good friend Mark Onset Hatcher. And boy, do we have a semi-final coming up soon, Mark.
I'm a bit excited about this one.
I'm really excited. This is an absolute grudge match. Before we do that, though, I do believe in just a little while we're going to be taking a quick look at the Final 8 bracket.
Yep.
But this matchup, Mark, this is a absolute grudge match. Why don't you just talk us through the bracket?
Yeah, as we see, Epsilon are going to take on Infused in the semi-final. I mean,
just-
these two teams, I don't think they like each other very much.
No.
I mean, that's being polite about it. Both teams are going to want to win this more than probably any other game, to be honest. They want to sort of make a point. Infused versus Epsilon is huge in UK Halo, and it's going to be massive. And Vibe, obviously, are waiting their opponents in the other semi-final. So they've gone through. It's going to be between Excel and One Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, all the stars are pretty much lining up at the moment, Mark. We pretty much call the top 4 teams at this tournament: Epsilon, Infused, Vibe, and Excel. If Excel can edge out One Gaming in that quarter-final, then our prophecy will come true, Mark. We will be prophets among Halo people.
We would have done well. I mean, I've already done
think.
better than I did last time, which is, I mean, Infused let me down massively. So hopefully they don't today.
Speaking of Infused,
Yep,
I need them to lose if my prediction is to come true.
that's true. And I want Infused to win because I want to
You
be
don't-
right
you
for
don't
once,
want me to
be
be
honest.
right,
I want to be right
because-
for once. And also, I want to see Infused do well. I know it sounds like I'm bored of saying Infused have let me down. Infused aren't performing. Infused are disappointing me.
Yeah.
I want to say Infused are back. Infused
yeah.
Halo are back. They are the players they were, because so far they haven't been in Halo 5, if I'm honest. But taking down Epsilon is going to be a hell of a feat. We saw Buck20 destroying last series. Everyone seemed to just be clicking, and Epsilon just seemed to cruise through that game, and it was no problem at all.
Yeah, this is going to be the real tell for Epsilon because, like you said, they just cruised through the last game. With all due respect to Rift, they were a new side, and the experience of Epsilon shone through. But Infused are a different beast. This is going to be, the real telling point of how good Epsilon really are. Let's take a look at this best of 5 matchup. What maps are going to be played? Mark, game number 1, Plaza Strongholds.
Yeah, we're going to see it's the camo, isn't it, on Strongholds,
Camouflage
I believe.
indeed,
Yeah,
yeah.
the camouflage is going to be so important. The railgun as well is going to be really important. And the thing I'm looking forward to most is both of these teams are going to be going so hard on every single map. Second up, we've got Truth Slayer. Harry, how do you feel that one's going to go?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. I haven't seen too much of Infused play, to be honest. But I do know Epsilon, big fans of this map. They like controlling the BRs and making the other team pay. Game number 3, Fathom. First time we're going to be seeing Fathom on stream.
Yep.
That's going to be a fun one. Infused, obviously a very aggressive side, but Epsilon very calm and calculated. How do you see that one going?
It depends on who takes game 2, in my opinion. I know that sounds like it's going to be a momentum game. If Infused can take one of those 2 games, if they can take the second game, and it's 1-1 going into that, it's whoever has got the momentum, basically, I believe will take that 3rd game, and then it's on to your favourite, Harry, Breakout on Altitude.
Yeah, so Breakout Altitude will be game 4 if it's needed. And game 5, or I hope we go to a game 5, Empire Team Slayer. Imagine just both teams fighting over the power weapons on that map, Mark, in a game 5 with all the marbles on the line.
Yeah, overshield, shotgun, it's going to be pretty intense. I want to see a game 5 here. I want to see both teams coming out with a fire. I'd like to be. I wish they were in front of us right now. Do you know what I mean? I wish they were sat in front of us for this series, because we want to see the emotion. Because trust me, these 2 teams, they don't see eye to eye, and they will be wanting to win this more than any other game.
The thing is, this is a premier matchup in UK Halo.
Yeah.
This is just, these players have been around the top for so long. I mean, the Buck brothers, Ramirez, Chalky, Beej. I mean, you couldn't write a list of how many tournaments they've won between them. I mean, you probably could if it's just a figure of speech, okay? But they've won a lot of tournaments, these players. So this really is an absolute marquee matchup in this tournament.
And I think this will probably mean more to Infused than it will Epsilon. If Epsilon go out to it, it's like, okay, yeah, we didn't play well. But for Infused, if they lose this, I think they're going to be really, really down on themselves, and it'd be interesting to see what happens if they do lose.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to them to see if they can compete. And if they kind of see they can't, then
did they start flopping for the rest of the series? That's, you know,
exactly. I think game 1 is going to be massive. Game 1 is huge, and I think you've just pressed
Speaking of
the
game
spectate
1,
map.
I just pressed the old spectate button. So we're going to be seeing Plaza Strongholds game 1 in this first semi-final. Epsilon taking on Infused. This is the first time we've really seen these two teams go up against each other in tournament play since last month, Mark. And this is going to be absolutely juicy. So, game number 1, Plaza Strongholds, Infused versus Epsilon. What more could you want?
Chalky is what I want right now. He's going to be the guy to watch for Infused. He's the question mark. Heard varying things about how he's played. He's playing amazing, he's playing badly. Let's see what he can do as he jumps in bottom mid to try and secure this early stronghold for Team Infused.
Yeah, I think there must be another Infused player in that stronghold because bottom middle just went so fast. It was Blackjack there who helped out Chalky take bottom middle, but immediately Jimbo is taking bottom middle, and it could be early total control here from Epsilon, but no, I do believe it was 2Foxy there who was able to take down Jimbo in that bottom middle hill. Buck20 will take down 2Foxy in your kill feed. Epsilon currently scoring. A snipe drone will clean up Ramirez, but the yard is being taken, and now all of a sudden, just like that, Infuse are scoring, but again, it's back and forth. I do believe it's Epsilon now actually scoring.
Yeah, and Epsilon, they've got the sort of advantageous setup here. Beej, great awareness from Sniper to shoot that barrel there, take all the shields down, but that bottom mid and nest setup is pretty much the strongest setup you can have on here. And it just seemed that the kills fell in the way of Epsilon when they needed to, and they were able to trap them in this nest. And now as Sniper Drone pushes strongly into Chalky, takes down Chalky, and I think that might be a bit of a statement there, saying, I'm not scared of you, Chalky. I know you haven't been playing great. I'm going to charge you with the AR, and I'm going to pick up the kill.
Yeah, I love what Sniper Drone did there, just absolutely relentless aggression. Bottom middle in control of Infused though. Snipe Drone aware of this. Will take down 2Foxy. Great listening and communication from him. Let's check out how quickly bottom middle is going. Chalky will try and challenge. Ramirez will clean up Snipe Drone, but not before Epsilon take the bottom middle stronghold. Let's swap over to the, excuse me, I almost said the Vibe side as we saw Blackjack's game attack there. It's the Infused side. Let's see what Ramirez is up to. He goes down as well. Seems to be all Snipe Drone so far in this game. Let's swap over to Snipe Drone if we can. 6 kills already in the game for Mr. Snipe Drone.
Yeah, and we saw an early killing spree from there. He's going to look to use this booster gabs to S3 here, and he's going to be scoping across the map, looking to pick off Ramirez here. And it just seems every time that the Infused side seems to sort of scrap one of these hills, they lose 2 or 3 kills too easy. It's almost like they're overcommitting to try and get something going, and it just seems 31-4 is a hell of a lead to start off this game for Epsilon. And Buck20 seems to be doing a lot of damage, so let's see what he can do as he picks up that fresh camo, which is going to be so important.
Yeah, perfectly timed there for Buck20. Sees Blackjack there, trying to take the nest. Good stuff there from 20. Resets the stronghold and maintains control of the camouflage. Needs to be aware of this Infused player next to him though. I think it is 2Foxy about to lift up. And 20 will in fact go down there. As 57 will clean up 2Foxy. Ramirez and squad down by a considerable margin at the moment, 42-4. They need to get back in scoring very, very soon, Mark, as it stands. Epsilon galloping into a substantial lead.
Yeah, and I think they need to try and get control of this nest at the moment. It just seems they're getting trapped on a spawn cycle, which they don't want to, as Buck20 takes down Ramirez there, as Ramirez did have the up-close weapon, the SMG, but it just seems like they're winning all of the battles they need to, as 2Foxy is in a battle with Snipe Drone here and just manages to get away, but he's now boosting back out. Snipe Drone putting great shots on, very patient play. 57 cleans up both, one of the kills, as 20 cleans up the other, and that's 3 dead again. You see what I mean, Harry? Every time it's not sort of challenging, it's sort of one falls after the other for Infused, and they just don't seem to be getting anything going at the moment.
And here's the thing, Epsilon were happy to let Infused have that bottom middle stronghold, if only for a second. They wiped out the Infused side and were able to take down bottom middle. However, the Infused side are going to try and remedy that. However, bottom middle is reset for Epsilon. As it stands though, Infused are scoring. Good way to get back into the game, but 20 taking the nest will put a stop to that run. Let's see what the man himself is doing. Will assist his twin brother 57 in taking down 2Foxy, and now the score 56-14 in favour of Epsilon.
And Infused managed to get control of the nest for just a few moments there, but interesting play from Blackjack, looking for the Spartan charge instead of just using his AR when Buck20 had his back turned. And now we see 20 on a killing spree. We said that he's a player to watch for sure, and it just seems that Epsilon keep picking up kills when they need to. It just seems like when Infused are picking up kills, it's not in contesting. They're not contesting any of these strongholds. It seems when Epsilon are picking up the kills, it results in a stronghold capture or a stronghold defense.
I completely agree, and that's absolutely contributing towards this lead. And tell you what else is, Mark, total control. Bottom, middle, yard, and the nest, all in control of Epsilon, and Buck20 is doing his best to defend all three. And as it stands Infused, they are looking like fishes out of water. Buck20 though, oh wow, just a perfect teamwork there from Epsilon. They saw Buck20 was in distress, took down the player shooting him, and the distraction medal is the reward there for Buck20. 83-14, and it's getting out of hand now for Infused.
And the pressure is just relentless from Epsilon. As we see, every time a player spawns for Infused, they've got 3 players running at them. It's not as if they're being allowed to spawn and then sort of they can walk out of spawn, maybe try and formulate a push. They are spawning, they're being shot almost immediately by members of Infused. It's fantastic teamwork, but it also shows the knowledge of the game. They know exactly what's going to go on, and they know that Infused, obviously confidence is a bit low at the moment. If they can capitalise on that, get a few early kills, then they're just going to fall apart. And it just seems at 98-14, and it looks like it's going to be game over pretty soon. But Infused seem to have taken control here, and they are going to be scoring.
It's not over till it's over, Mark. I believe the comeback is real. I certainly believe in Infused. We've seen stranger things happen in the past, certainly a tall order. But as long as they control bottom, middle, and the nest, they'll be pretty happy with their efforts, and they'll be able to continue scoring. As Snipe Drone will go down to the BR of Chalky, 25-98. Really, absolutely no room for error now. One good push from Epsilon will effectively end the game. Chalky will assist to Foxy in taking down Jimbo. But it's Snipe Drone and the crew is going to try and take the nest. And if they're able to do this, it will pretty much be all she wrote. But check out 3 Infused players there contesting the nest. Snipe Drone takes 2 out of 3 down. Ramirez there. Solid statement from him. They continue scoring 34-98. I feel a comeback.
And they seem to be clawing back this time here, but they just cannot make a mistake. That's the only problem. It's taken them so long to get into this game. One mistake here, and they have lost. It's two seconds away, 2 points away from losing this game. But as he can see, Buck20's trying to steal that nest. He cannot allow that to happen. Takes him down. Great play from Ramirez. And it seems like Infused has finally come to life in this game. If they can pick up this camo, that could be huge. And Ramirez is going to be the player to watch. But Buck20's up there. He's aware of his presence. And I think it's Jimbo actually. And Ramirez, can he take him down? It's going to be huge. Great kill from Chalky. 45-48. Sorry, 98-45 now. Infused on a comeback, but there seems to be a player bottom mid, and I think that's Buck20.
Oh my word! I feel a comeback. It's already happened.
Just imagine what this will do for Infused if they can win this game.
Absolutely insane. Don't forget they were down 98 to a substantial amount. Epsilon at the moment though, taking down bottom middle. That will be the stronghold in favour of Epsilon. And it looks like the game will go in favour of them as well. 100-51. Hard-fought comeback there from Infused, but unfortunately the game goes to Epsilon.
Yeah, it just seemed like it was too little too late for the Infused side there. They seem to take so long to get rolling, and 8 kills for Chalky. We've talked about it before, and it seemed like Snipe Drone picking up 20 kills and 3 secures. 6 captures.
6 captures as well.
I mean, Snipe Drone just destroyed there. He just absolutely destroyed. But the big difference for me was the pressure that Epsilon had once they had control. They would not allow Infused to spawn on any part of the map without putting shots on them. It took them so long to get out of that spawn cycle that the game was pretty much lost already.
Yeah. We did see a bit of a resurgence there halfway through the game from Infused. They decided to wake up and actually turn up to the game.
Yeah.
It would have been an absolutely monumental comeback, but unfortunately they couldn't make it happen. They did claw back around 50 points in the end, but Epsilon will take map number 1, Mark.
Yeah, and I think it came down in the end to control of that nest area. As I said, it's so important. You have the height in that nest. You can look at bottom mid. You've got the bridges to go across. And it just seemed that Epsilon had it for so long, and it was up until that point where Infused managed to get control. They started that comeback, but eventually the bottom mid push was too good. They only needed 2 points. It was too late, and that was game over.
So game number 2 is on the way, Mark. Infused pretty much need to win this one.
They need to win this one. I mean, if they don't win this one, I feel that the series could be over.
2-0 down against Epsilon is not easy to come back from.
Yeah, I mean, that first game's interesting. I think Infused, they won't feel too bad because they started playing sort of halfway through the game. I mean, they didn't start well, but they started playing. They showed they can compete. So if it would have been 100-0 or 100-20, like it was looking like it would be at one point, I think Infused would be very down on themselves. But this is a massive, massive game for Infused, and Epsilon have got the chance to really put the boot in now.
Yeah, they do. So game number 2 is on the way. The players aren't quite yet in the game. But Truth Team Slayer is going to be the arena for the next matchup. We spoke about it a bit in the pre-game, Mark. Epsilon happy to control the battle rifles on this map. What do Infused need to do to combat that kind of strategy? Do they need to control the power weapons, or do they just need to just roll as a squad and just absolutely mow down the Epsilon team?
I think one thing they need to do, I mean, all of the players on Infused are adept at using the pistols or the BRs and the sort of the normal Halo weapons. I think they need to almost pick up these automatics, pick up the storm rifles, use the splinter nades, the pulse nades, whatever you want to call them, and use the Halo 5 mechanics and Spartan charges in order to make sure that they're in the game. They need to step away from basic Halo. They need to get into Halo 5 mode. They need to be happy to win the automatic fights, and if they do that, who knows?
They need to adapt.
They need to adapt. Hashtag adapt.
Speaking of hashtags, I almost said hashtaggers. That could have been bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of hashtags, make sure you let us know what you're thinking about this series or all of Halo World Championship qualifications so far. Use that hashtag HaloWC.
Halo WC, yeah.
Halo WC, and you know, maybe if it's good enough, we'll get your tweet mentioned on stream.
Yeah, we'll do our best to do that. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you want to see. So, game 2, we're just waiting for at the moment. Waiting for that spectate button. I imagine both teams are taking a little moment at the moment just to think about how it went, have a little chat.
Because not only did Infused not so much choke a comeback, but they almost got just absolutely obliterated early on in the game. On the Epsilon side, you've got to think, hold on a second, we almost let Infused back in that game. We can't let that happen anymore.
Yeah, and the one thing about Infused is they are a massive momentum team. They're a very emotional team. When they lose, they get a bit down on themselves, but when they win, they get pumped and they keep winning. It's simple as that. They start getting on a roll, they are difficult to stop. Yeah. Especially Foxy. Foxy, when he's one of these players, if he gets on a roll, Foxy will destroy.
Yeah, we didn't really see too much of Foxy in the last game. Mark, he might be one to watch in this one.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see a bit of him.
And spectate button is up and away, so we're going to click it right now. You don't have to listen to us speak too much longer, as we're going to be starting this game off with 2 Foxy.
Yep.
And again, you got to think, Infused have to win this one, as we said, massive momentum team.
Yeah, we just had a little tweet there. We'll have another look at that when we come back. We're about to jump into the second game here. Massive for Infused, so if they don't take this one, I'm worried for them. But Epsilon are very strong on this map, so it's going to be a really good game. Foxy's going to be the player to watch here as he's putting down shots at the start. Looking across, he's going to try and help his teammates secure this camouflage. Great shots, takes down Buck 20, and a perfect kill is exactly how Perry, aka Foxy, is going to want to start this game. And I think B just picked up the camo there as Ramirez takes down Buck 57, and it's 2-1 to Infused.
Yeah, it was good stuff there from both BR players from each team. 2 Foxy was able to open up the scoring for Infused, but Snipe Drone on the other side was able to do so as well. Great shots again there from 2 Foxy, taking down Buck 20 yet again. 3-3 the score. Game number 2 of this semi-final number 1 of Qualification Cup number 2, UK and Republic of Ireland for the Halo World Championships 2016, excuse me.
Oh, Foxy.
Perfect kill there from 2 Foxy, and that's going to be a double from him as well. Almost turns 3 there on 57, but Jimbo will combine with him to take down 2 Foxy in the end.
And we talk about how important the BR is, but it's also about your map positioning. The push from Infused was perfect. They've got a couple of kills and they just went across map, and that's 2 kills more for Infused here. If Blackjack can stay alive, that's going to be massive because it can allow his teammates to push up and help keep him alive as Chalky's taken down by Buck 20, picking up that Guardian Angel medal. But a good start here from Infused, just a 2-kill lead, but I like the way they're playing.
Yeah, I'm happy to see Buck 20 here posted up on this tower. He's going to try and bait a few Infused members around. But it looks as if this is going to be Ramirez who is savvy to the play. 20 challenging at the perfect time. Snipe Drone will combine with him to take down Chalky as well. 10-9 now the score, just like that. Epsilon in a 1-kill lead. Make that 2 mark. And 10 minutes odd left in the game. Still a lot of Halo yet to be played.
Yeah, and great play from the Epsilon side there. They sort of played a little bit on Infused's impatience. It's almost like Infused didn't want to take the time to pick off a few kills. They sort of played in the base a little bit, and as soon as they picked up 1 or 2 kills there, Epsilon, they collapsed on the base so well and managed to pick up 3 or 4 without reply.
Yeah, Chalky here on the Infused side. His team's only 2 kills down, and he has a battle rifle in his hands, but Snipe Drone has a rifle of his own and will take down Chalky. On the Infused side again, it is Blackjack. His team, 3 kills down, will take down Jimbo with a lovely headshot. But again, just check out the kill feed. Every single kill that Infused gets seems to be replied with 2 of Epsilon's own.
Yeah, absolutely, and great play there. That's what I mean about Halo 5ing. It seems like the camo has fallen into the hands of Epsilon, though, but I think Ramirez actually took him down there. That's going to be huge as Buck 20 is taken down by Ramirez as he picks up that BR. As we say, the BR is so important. He's got the BR Storm Rifle combination, and that's going to be huge for Infused if they want to get back in this game. 5 kills now, but great shots there from Epsilon. You just saw he got shot from like 3 different angles.
Yeah, it's insane.
Absolutely shut down, and Epsilon just seemed to be on fire all of a sudden.
Yeah, great focus fire then from the Epsilon side to Foxy. His team are 5 kills down. They have 9 minutes left to get themselves back in this game. That will help. He finds Snipe Drone already weak. And I'm seeing 3 Infused players right now dropping down low, but 2 Foxy will take down Jimbo, so they won't be too mad about their map positioning at the moment. Only down by 4 now. Let's turn on player outlines for a little while. Some of the Epsilon players are just hunting 2 Foxy here. He's trying his best to stay alive top middle, to stay alive for such a long time, but like we said, that focus fire from Epsilon taking 2 Foxy down in the end.
And you can just see the difference between the 2 squads there. 2 Foxy did such a great job staying alive top mid. He had 2 people looking at him, but those 2 people just were allowed to look at him for about 5 or 10 seconds, whereas Epsilon, when they have a player weak, they always have the cover fire. Chalky pushes in, that takes down a kill, but it's 28, and as you say, every single time that we see Infused pick up a kill, it seems like Epsilon are replying with 2 or 3, and you cannot do that in a Slayer.
I'm sorry, but 57, if you watch this back, your point of view is broken, my friend. I can't swap to you, I'm so sorry. As much as I love your gameplay, we will be neglecting it for this game. But here's your twin brother. Hey, we pretty much can't tell the difference anyway. They look alike. 20 will go down. Chalky on the Infused side again. His team just trying to close that 5 kill margin. We'll find Jimbo here in the tower. We'll take him down. If you look at the player outlines, 3 Epsilon players to find over on that side of the map. Ramirez will combine with Chalky to take down 20, but again, another trade, 2 trades again in the kill feed there from Epsilon, Mark. It's just great stuff from them.
But you see, Chalky's one side of the map on his own, and Ramirez is the other side of the map on his own. I mean, they're not going to stand a chance. They need to make sure that they're in range of each other so that they can help each other in battles. Chalky did his best to put a couple of shots across map, but when you allow yourself to be isolated by a team as good as Epsilon, you're not going to be able to get any sort of kill run going. You're only going to trade. But Chalky's up on P3 at the moment. He's going to be the player that is going to need to sort of step up, but it's only 5 kills now, so it's going to be interesting. He puts shots on Buck 20 in the attic there, but there's going to be a couple of players pushing street. But 2 Foxy, perfect play from him.
That's
pushing into the base, timing the push perfectly. 2 Foxy is definitely going to be the player to watch here. If you could swap to him, I think it's going to be so important. Chalky picks up a double kill here, but 2 Foxy, when he is being aggressive, when he is responding to call-outs like he was there, he is such a good player.
Absolutely. Chalky and crew only down by 4 at the moment. We'll stay with Chalky for now, give him a little bit of love as he has a battle rifle, but as you said, 2 Foxy, the aggressor for Infused, seems to be the man, the point man, who's making everything happen at the moment. Bit of a storm rifle off there between Jimbo and Chalky. Let's find the man we love so much. Let's go down to 2 Foxy. Check it out, 12 kills in the game for him. He's the man leading Infused right now.
Yeah, he seems to be the player that doesn't fear Infused at the moment. I mean, he's the one that's charging. He's the one that's not afraid to make the pushes. He's the one that's saying, look, I'm going to be the catalyst for the team. I'm going to be the one that starts all the kills. I'm going to be the one that finishes kills that I haven't started. And he's playing well, and it's only a 3-kill game now. They seem to be pulling it back a little bit more, and he just can't find that kill on Buck 20 who gets away. But look, Epsilon seems to be trapped here in this blue base. It's going to be a huge opportunity for Infused to push on them as Buck 20's found 1 shot, and Ramirez takes him down, and now it's only a 2-kill game as 2 Foxy is set up on P3 with a BR.
Yeah, good stuff there from Infused. Something we haven't seen from them so far in the game is being able to stay alive after they obtain kills. Epsilon just so efficient at trading kills, and that's why they've maintained their lead for so long. That's been cut down to just 2 now by Infused. Make that 1. In fact, now it is all tied up. If 2 Foxy can finish off Snipe Drone here, in fact, Ramirez does
so.
And now the lead is in favour of Infused. Only 9 kills to go now. This is neck and neck as 2 Foxy picks up a fresh camouflage mark.
That is going to be absolutely massive for Infused here, and that's 2 more kills. And all of a sudden, you see Infused click. They're pushing together. All of the players are moving across, pushing the same sides of the map together. 3-kill lead now, camouflage. Blackjack picks up another. Ramirez picks up another.
Just like
and now they have them spawning in the blue base. This is the Infused that I want to see. This is the Infused that I know is able to do this sort of play. And they're just catching them off guard 1 by 1 now. Chalky picked up another kill as Jimbo lifts, and he's, it's just 2 Foxy doing a great job to stay alive here. Chalky picking up another double kill off stream, 48-41. All of a sudden, this is Infused that we know. This is the Infused we want to see.
I've got to swap off to Foxy because, he's actually finally made the jump, you know. That was good stuff, but, oh man, Infused were down by so much the whole game. 5, 6, 7 kills, but now look at the lead for Infused. 2 Foxy will end the game with a killing spree. Make that 50-41 in favour of Infused. They are right back in this series, Mark.
Absolutely. And how many kills did 2 Foxy get in that game? Because it seemed like every time that he was on stream, he was picking up kills. 15, 12, and 10. A huge game from him. Every single member, apart from Blackjack, who had 11 assists, still managed to go 0, was positive. Huge plays from him. Disappointing game from 57 there. 6 kills, 12 deaths, but you can't take anything away from Infused there. They played that perfectly towards the end. All of a sudden, they clicked. You saw the player outlines, they were all moving across as one. All of the kills were getting finished up. They weren't playing scared.
Mark, as soon as they clicked, that lead just went from 3 kills down to 8 kills up.
That's what I mean, though. They're such a momentum side. As soon as they get a couple of kills, things start clicking, they're finishing off one-shots, then they roll with that. And it's just a perfect example of it in that Slayer game.
Wow, that was intense.
This is such a good series. This is going to be such a good series.
Okay, all right. We're all tied up 1-1, and you know what that means, if I remember correctly.
Game 3, I believe.
There's a break.
Yeah, sorry.
Can we get a new guy? Is there a new guy we can?
Nah,
you're the only one. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say it means we get to see breakout game 4.
Yeah, it's true.
Imagine that.
That's going to be huge.
That could be huge.
I think that could be. I don't know. I want to see the next game first.
Of course, game 3 has to come first. But when we get to that breakout in game number 4, Mark.
Yep.
One team will essentially be close to winning the series.
Yeah,
because one team will be 1 game up by that point.
Last time we saw these 2 teams in breakout, it wasn't pretty for Infused. I mean, they got absolutely hammered. So
no, it was not pretty for Infused.
So right. Epsilon, they're going to be fairly confident if they can go into that game to take the series. So I think Infused have got to try and take this next game. They've got to try and ride the wave of that win there, the 50-41. They played so well towards the end of it. It just seems like, if you look at the game so far, the end of that first game was Infused.
Yeah.
The second game has gone Infused.
Has Infused finally woken up in this series? That's the real question. And can Epsilon fight back? Don't forget, Epsilon were Cup #1 winners.
Yeah,
no one came
convincing
close to them.
champions.
No one really came close to them last year. Is this the fall of Epsilon?
It's not the
game.
I think.
Come on,
yeah,
it's game 3, guys. Don't even.
We are hyping it a little bit over the top.
You guys,
but
you're just.
I'm so pleased to see Infused back, because this is what they can do, and it's been so disappointing to see them play like they have up till now. So Infused, it's up to you guys.
Yeah.
If you want to prove you're the best, you've got to take down Epsilon, and they're doing 1-1. I mean, convincing.
All to play for.
All to play for.
All to play for. All tied up. This is what we want to see. Spectate button has just appeared, so around a minute odd getting into the game.
And tweet us.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No,
hashtag HaloWC.
That's fine.
Let us know
It's fine.
Let us know who's going to win.
What was that again?
Hashtag HaloWC. Let us know who you think's going to win.
Hashtag HaloWC. Let us know who you're going to win. Who you think is going to win. Oh, words are so hard at this point, Mark. I don't even know the words that I'm saying. Let's press the spectate button so you don't have to listen to us anymore.
Game 3.
Game 3 is on the way.
Got the hand rubbing going. I'm actually so excited. And we got one tweet in here. Epsilon are just playing good. Could they knock off North American teams? Undoubtedly. Halo WC. And that's Pons out there.
That is a question for the next break between games, I think. As game number 3 is on the way. Capture the flag, Fathom. Epsilon versus Infused. A titanic matchup. It is 1-1 in the series, Mark. Let's start things off with Mr. Drone.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to pick up the light rifle here, helping his teammates to try and lock down that camo, but Buck20 did a great job there, and Snipeden did a great job to stay alive, and that's 2 dead. Blackjack picks up a kill there, but that's 3 dead now for the Infused side, as Chalky's the last one alive, and he's going to be such an important player. He needs to stay alive here and give his teammates the opportunity to spawn, but Snipedrone's not going to let him happen. He's just going to charge him with a light rifle. Light rifle battle there, but I don't know if they managed to actually get that flag out across the map.
Yeah,
they did, and Blackjack's going to be the key player here, but I think that is going to be the first cap going to Jimbo of Epsilon.
Oh, wow, that was lightning quick. 40 seconds into the game. Epsilon go up 1-0. And if you're Infused right now, you have to be second-guessing yourselves. Wow, that was pretty quick. So we're going to stay on the point of view of Jimbo as he's trying to put some shots there on Ramirez. He did so. Both players able to regain their shields. No kills going down just yet, as both teams are still feeling each other out early on in this game, as Ramirez will take down 57, but 20 will trade. In fact, that's a double now from 20 in the kill feed. The man that we highlighted before this series, Mark, is certainly stepping up in these games.
Yeah, he really is, and Jimbo doing a great job staying alive here. You just wonder where his teammates are to help him out, but managed to take out Ramirez there. Great job from Jimbo. And as 57 goes down, that's a couple of kills here for Infused, and look how quickly they are moving that flag. As Chalky takes down yet another player. Can he pick up this kill here? That's going to be a huge kill, and I think that was traded, that kill in the end, actually, as Blackjack is going to be the player moving this flag across.
Oh, this is the point, though. Infused need to realise they need to slay, as Epsilon will be coming just absolutely relentlessly. Snipe Drone will take down Ramirez. Wonder if Epsilon might just bait Infused out into touching this flag, which they do, but 2Foxy able to thrust the flag closer to his door there, but check out the kill feed. Kills going in favour of Epsilon, and surely this will be an easy recovery here for Snipe Drone. And indeed it is, as he will recover his own flag and mount an assault. Mount an absolute assault on the Infused base. It's just about 10 minutes left in the game. He'll take down Chalky as well. This man's a one-man wrecking machine. Of course, he has his teammates as backup as well. But great stuff here from Snipe Drone. Not only recovering the flag, but check out the run now as well, Mark.
And the thing I loved about it was, as I said, the confidence of him to challenge that kill on 2Foxy. He was saying, you might be playing well, but I'm playing better. It was as simple as that, and it just seemed like Infused got almost too antsy to get that kill. As Chalky with a great kill there on Jimbo. The flag is still out. And 57 here is looking to try and shoot 2Foxy. There takes him down. I have no idea what flags are where at the moment. It just seems that everything is everywhere.
Crazy.
As
57 in the Infused base, I do believe. He was trying to mount a run there, Mark, but Ramirez put a stop to that, and it's going to be 2Foxy just speeding up the recovery there. And check out Chalky immediately into the Epsilon base.
3 dead as well for Epsilon, and that's a great kill. Another kill picked up on a spawner here, and this is going to be a real opportunity here for Chalky. As another kill down, 2Foxy picking up a triple kill, I believe, off stream there. And Jimbo managed to pick one up, but he's going to be in no position at all to stop this flag. And it looks like Infused are going to draw level, and they're going to strike back in this game. Yeah,
good stuff. I like the way as well. We saw in the player outlines there, not only did Chalky run the flag back into his own base, but I saw Ramirez and 2Foxy as well mounting pressure on the Epsilon spawners, so no immediate map control for Epsilon as of yet. A slide boost there from Snipe Drone will get him closer to the enemy base. Chalky finds Jimbo here, top middle. Can't quite win that engagement though, as Buck20 helps Jimbo out. And here is the man himself, Buck20. Game's all tied up, Mark, 1-1.
And it seems like the player that's hot at the moment for Infused is 2Foxy. As you mentioned, on that flag cap, it seemed as soon as Chalky touched the flag, he was picking up kills. 2-3 kills. And you're going to win games if you do that, and it just seems like all the kills are falling to the Infused side at the moment. See, Snipe Drone on this pillar manages to almost take him down when he was lowest shields, but it looks like Blackjack's going to move in to clean up that kill. That is a headshot medal for him there, and he's got 2 players about to push him on the treehouse. He needs to be aware of that.
Yeah, he was watching his radar intently there, but check out the bait and switch here from Epsilon. Oh, Blackjack somehow makes it happen. Takes down Jimbo, could potentially take down 57 as well. This would be a 1 versus 2 win here for Blackjack if he could take down 57. Single-handedly taking on 2 Epsilon members, coming out with his life. Could also take down 57 again here, and he does so with the last shot of the clip. Great play there from Blackjack.
Blackjack absolutely destroyed players there. Jimbo will not be happy that he was killed there, but Blackjack just went on a tear there. Took down 2 different players when he was in a 2v1 situation with no help from his teammates. And Ramirez here, he's going to be the one who's going to be trying to sneak in, putting great shots down top mid. He needs to stay alive here, but he is eventually pushed by Buck20, I believe it was, who cleans up that kill.
And his teammate Snipe Drone is actually top middle, raining down shots, but a wild Blackjack comes around the corner and will put an end to his existence, but 20 will avenge his teammate. 7 minutes left in the game. We're still all tied up. Kind of a feeling out period of the game now, Mark, as both teams not quite able to fashion a flag run, but just as I say that, is Ramirez doing his thing. We saw this all throughout Halo 2 Anniversary. He'll get behind your team, kill one, and then pull the flag. It's just staple Ramirez.
Yeah, it is, and he's going to just focus on that objective, but Snipe Drone is behind the Infused squad here, and it's so important to make sure that they shut down Snipe Drone here, because he's going to be one looking to counter cap, and I think Ramirez might have just overcommitted a little bit for that flag. Maybe staying alive and just making Snipe Drone work harder for that kill might have been advantageous for them, but Ramirez has got a huge kill here on, and that is a huge double kill from Ramirez. Sorry, not Ramirez. And that's going to give them a chance to return this flag.
It's another kill from Ramirez there as well, so unfortunately not to finish off the flag run that he started, but he will make amends on the overextension by killing the flag carrier, returning the flag, and then getting another kill of his own. Meanwhile, Snipe Drone is the man just picking up the railgun. There was a teammate shooting him in the back there. Got a bit of splash damage there on Ramirez as well. Just under 6 minutes left in this game, Mark. 1-1. This railgun could really be the factor. Oh, it's Chalky there going for a ground pound you saw on the player outlines. Jimbo survived that engagement.
Question, did he just shoot the splinter nade that went off? Is that why Chalky didn't get... I don't know, but that'd be interesting. But yeah, he's going to be the player to watch here, as he knows there's two players top mid, and it's Foxy and Ramirez, but they both...
Perfect.
Timing was impeccable there from Infused, as Jimbo now takes down Ramirez, and he's looking at a lovely jump up to top mid. Again, Jimbo showing that his map movement is absolutely superb on this game. He sees the player below him. Will he go for the ground pound? No, he's just going to help his teammate here, and it's 57. He takes down Blackjack, but...
Oh, no.
Oh, he looked for the ground pound. Ramirez took him down.
Well, Jimbo, if you'd pulled that off, I would have shaken your hand, my friend. I would have come all the way to your house and just knocked down your door and shook your hand right in front of all your family. 5 minutes left in the game. 57 and crew trying to make their way into the Infused base. 20 will open up the base with a double kill onto Foxy and Ramirez. Now only 2 Infused members alive in the base. It's going to be Chalky, who's one of them, finds 20. That's another kill now for 20. Finally taken down by Blackjack, but Buck 20 really stepping up in this game right now, Mark. Let's take a look at the kills he's on. 18.
18 kills for Buck 20, but I needed to point out again the importance of staying alive there. Chalky didn't get the kill, but he baited 20 in. He made him work so hard for that kill that it allowed his teammates to spawn who were dead, and they were able to just come in and clean that up, so they didn't get the flag pull. Great play from Chalky, and something that really isn't talked enough about, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's trades across the board. 2 versus 2 alive right now, I do believe. 2 Foxy on your screen is one of them. Just over 4 minutes left in this game. Still tied up 1-1. Tries to thrust away from the nade, but will be taken down and swap over to the Epsilon side. A Snipe Drone will out-assault rifle Ramirez there. 4 minutes left, 1-1. This is going to be a tight game all the way down to the wire, I feel, Mark. I can't even imagine what's going to be the turning point in this game.
It's such a tight game, as you say, Harry. So tight between these two teams. You wonder if it's going to be a mistake or a great play, as Ramirez comes in and picks up the kill there. I don't think Snipe Drone will be happy with the trade there, but great play from Ramirez, and Jimbo is the one that picks up the camouflage, and he has the railgun as well. Let's see if he can do something with this.
Yeah, this could be the turning point that we were talking about. Jimbo, a player of his caliber with the camouflage and the railgun as well. This could be...
Blackjack!
Oh no.
How did he see him?
Again, it's Blackjack with those camo eyes. Taken down by Snipe Drone there, top middle, unfortunately. Here's the man whose point of view was broken in the last game, Mark, but we've got him back now. 57 and squad are just trying to push the Infused base and get a cap, obviously, to win this game. But Blackjack, again, patrolling top middle, was able to take down 57. Here is the man, once again, already pushing into the Epsilon base. I think he's thought a little bit better of it, though, but gets caught from behind there by Buck 20, who will take him down with the assault rifle. Oh man, this is so close. I can't even call who's going to win this, Mark.
It just seems like it's constant trading, which shows that both teams are communicating and finishing off kills so well. It might almost seem messy, but it's just because both teams seem to be so evenly matched. Every time a kill goes down, it's replied to, and it just shows that both teams are just working hard. But I saw an Infused member there might have got a kill that he shouldn't have, because he was shooting a body, and that can only mean one thing for Infused, and that means that they are pumped and they are playing well.
Absolutely. 2:20 left on the clock, still 1-1. Ramirez trying to maintain some top middle control for his squad there, but himself and Chalky will go down. Snipe Drone will also go down. Jimbo is going to be pulling the Infused flag. Now this could get interesting, Mark. He is being pressured early on, but 20 will get a kill onto Foxy, which will make this run easier. You see on the player outlines there, Chalky is already pushing the Epsilon base, and oh, that's just an absolute gimme flag cap there from Epsilon. As they go up 2-1, only 2 minutes left in the game. Now the Kosh is on Infused as Jimbo picks up a double.
Yeah, great play from Jimbo there. He just thought, you know what, I'm going to take a risk here. I can see all of Infused at the other side of the map. I'm going to pull it, and I'm going to see how far I can get that. Epsilon managed to pick up a couple of really important kills, as we see Buck 20 pick up the camo, but just... it was a kind of a risky flag pull, but it worked so well for them, and it was going to take something like that to win this game.
That's exactly right. 20 there with a double. Still has that camouflage and railgun in possession. Surprised Infused aren't quicker to shut him down, but oh, perfect there. Killing Frenzy as well for 20.
Oh.
This man has been an absolute dominant force in this series. 1-7 left on the clock. Infused are running a flag. 20's on a Frenzy. Epsilon have just absolutely stormed the later parts of this game. I believe that's Chalky trying to make something happen. Oh, I do believe Infused actually still have life left in this game. 20 still on this Frenzy, don't forget, but only 45 seconds left, Mark. This could go down to the wire. Infused are certainly trying to make a good go of it.
Yeah, and Ramirez keeps picking up kills, and it just seems like they can't quite get control of the spawns.
20's on a tear,
But
man.
20, I'm so glad I talked about him before we started this tournament, because I've been watching him. His movement is superb, and he has been destroying so far. I mean, in a tight game like this, picking up a killing Frenzy, I mean, that's unheard of. It's great stuff. Ground pound comes in, and Ramirez takes him down. 22 seconds left for Infused to make something happen in this game. Let's see if they can do it, as Foxy's looking to push into the base now.
Well, this is his own base, actually. It's Snipe Drone. And who's trying to get a sneaky flag run on the way for Epsilon. But in the kill feed, you'll see Chalky and Ramirez for Infused go down. 5 seconds left. The flag is at their own door, though. If Foxy can make something happen, which he cannot, then it could have been something. But Epsilon will take game number 3, 2-1.
What a game. I mean, it was just so back and forth. And I mean, massive credit has to go to Jimbo. It was an opportunist flag cap. He saw...
Yeah, he saw the opportunity and he ran with it.
Exactly. Infused spawning across from the path he was going to take with the flag, he thought, I'm going to throw it across the map. I'm going to see how far I can get it. His teammates were lucky enough to pick up the kills. Great play from them. They managed to convert, and you have to give Jimbo massive props for his awareness there.
Of course, don't forget we jumped on board with Buck 20 briefly.
Oh.
He got himself a killing Frenzy. 33 kills in the game in the end there for Buck 20. So great stuff from him, really stepping up when his team needs it.
Yeah, Buck 20 absolutely destroyed towards the end of that. As I say, Epsilon seems to control the camouflage a lot better in that. I mean, we've talked about Jimbo being that sort of in-game coach and knowing always on those times. So maybe that was a factor. But yeah, Buck 20 seemed to destroy. Foxy was hot at the start of it, but the next game is Breakout. Infused.
Backs against the wall.
Backs against the wall. Let's see what they can do.
Oh, it's so exciting. Breakout altitude, I do believe.
Yeah.
So no camouflage or anything to play with. There is a Hydra bottom middle. I noticed that Insomnia last year, actually now, I suppose, back in 2015, December. Ramirez loves running bottom middle to pick up the Hydra, and then he'll run back to his own side and try and pick off people long range with that Hydra missile launcher. So that will be something we'll be looking for in this game. Don't forget, Epsilon took game number 1, but Infused bounced back straight away in truth Team Slayer, and then as we just saw, Epsilon took a closely contested Fathom capture the flag 2-1 as we move on to game number 4, altitude breakout.
Yeah, and we'll go back to the question we were asked just before that game got started is, what do you think, how do you think Epsilon will compete against North American teams? Because I've seen them in Arena a little bit, they've matched up against Liquid, etc., and they've done pretty well, to be honest. But it depends what server it's on, and you know, it's always
that's a whole
difficult.
different thing.
Yeah,
we'll not get into it, but someone actually asked me on the Halo subreddit, actually, shout out to Reddit Halo, you know, what do you think of Epsilon and Vibe's chances in the States? You know, how do they match up? And I said, against the 5th to 8th NA ranked, ranked NA teams, I'd say, yeah, maybe they could give them a good series. They could maybe even take the series. But the key factor, certainly in Halo 2 Anniversary and in past Halo games, but the difference between EU and North America has just been the aim. Not only the aggression from North America, obviously they can get away with being aggressive players because they just have insane aim. There's only a few players in Europe that can really keep up with the top aimers in North America.
I think it's the aim, but I also think there's something about the American like psyche, like
the mantra.
Yeah, they want to be the best. Like, they're not happy with being second or third or anything like that. And it seems like, to me, EU teams are happy to go and compete in America.
Yeah.
Like, for me, that wouldn't be enough. That would annoy me to go over and compete and come home again. Like, that would be a waste of my time. I wouldn't bother playing. I mean, one of the main reasons I stopped playing is because I didn't have the time to make myself the best I could be.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that is true. I mean, I know it used to be true with the Bucks, because they obviously, back in Halo 3, they went over to America. They were competing. They were scrimming against US teams, which I want to see some more EU teams doing. And I think out of everyone, that team there maybe has the desire. I know Jimbo obviously has that desire. Yeah. But I think that's been the big difference for me between the top teams in North America and Europe is North America want to be the best.
Yeah.
They are not happy.
They
hate losing.
They'll settle for absolutely nothing less. So I agree with you. I'm going to click spectate mark. Game number 4 is about to be underway. Epsilon lead the series 2-1 against Infused. This is a big game.
Are we going to see game 5?
I hope not, because I'm back in Epsilon.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
But you know what? I'll let Infused win this one, and then Epsilon will take game 5.
Ah, you're a good guy.
I'll take that.
Just for the series, you're a hero.
For the stream. Anyway, game number 4. Breakout. Infused versus Epsilon. We're going to be starting things off on the Infused side. I want to see if Ramirez is up to his old tricks. He loves running bottom middle and grabbing the Hydra launcher, but it looks like he's actually going to be the BR player in the absence of Riots on the Infused side. So here we go. Round number 1. Immediate pressure from the Epsilon side on Ramirez here. Clearly aware of the threat, but 2 Foxy will open up the round on Jimbo, making it a 4 versus 3. The man advantage now in favour of Infused. Shots are being fired, but Ramirez isn't really too sure where. There's a couple of Epsilon players down here. He will take down Snipe Drone, and that will leave 57 in a 1 versus 3. He does have the battle rifle in his possession. If he can play this sneaky, maybe pick off 1 or 2 of the Infused players, it is maybe possible. 1 minute left in the round. Takes down Blackjack there. That's exactly what he needed. But now, surely the pressure will come from Infused. And there we go. Ramirez will take down 57. Round 1 on the board for Infused.
Yeah, and Blackjack did a great job. It might look like he was just sort of giving away a kill there, but I think he was just baiting himself out. He did try and thrust away, but just trying to find out where 57 was located on the map. And they had the 3v1. It was going to be very, very difficult for him to turn that advantage around.
So here we go, round number 2. Infused leading the map 1-0. Perfect start for them. That's exactly what they wanted. But oh, Blackjack taken down by a nuke. And that will be Snipe Drone taking down 2 Foxy as well. All of a sudden, Infused perfect start is absolutely ruined by Epsilon. 4 versus 2 now. It's going to be Snipe Drone taking on Ramirez, but Ramirez will win that one. If he can find another Epsilon player here, this certainly will be doable for his side. Now it's going to be Chalky in a 1 versus 3. He does have the Hydra, but that flag is already on the move. He's dropped down low. This certainly looks like he's out of his reach, which it most certainly is. 1-1 in the game. Epsilon tied up.
Yeah, and those early picks there for Epsilon, the 2 guys from the Infused side went down so quickly, and it was always going to be difficult in that 4v2 situation. Ramirez did a good job picking up that kill, but it was too much for them in the end.
So, round number 3. All tied up 1-1. Let's see what Jimbo does. Trade there. 3 on 3. Check out the nade spot there from Jimbo. Can actually tag. That was Chalky. Again, trades. 2 versus 2 now. Blackjack already on a flank. He's going to find Jimbo here, but Jimbo will shut him down. That will leave Ramirez in a 1 versus 2. We've seen this in the past. In 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3 situations. If you can take down a player early who's isolated from his teammate, it is absolutely doable, and I think that's exactly what Ramirez is trying to do here. Just being sneaky. He has 1 minute and 5 seconds to play with. If he can take down an individual Epsilon member, that will make the job a lot easier. Has to be very worried though about this flag. You see on the player outlines there, Ramirez now kind of running out of time. The flag's actually baited out. He'll take down 20.
Can he hit Jimbo?
Oh my word, if he could take down Jimbo there,
no.
surely. Oh, he just runs out of ammo. And Jimbo will run in the flag so close there from Ramirez, but Jimbo will win the round. Oh my word, Epsilon up 2-1.
Oh, Ramirez.
So close.
Ramirez probably had time to reload and finish that kill, but just wasn't able to do it. I mean, it was an enormously amazing play to even get into that situation. But he has to close that. That's the sort of thing that has to be closed out if they want to take this game.
Tactical nuke there from Chalky cross map, and now 2 Foxy. Will assist Chalky. That's 2 kills in the round for Chalky now, as it's an Epsilon player in a 1 versus 4. 20 finds Blackjack there, goes for the ground pound. Why not? He will get the kill, but unfortunately the flag's already run in, and now we're all tied up 2-2.
Yeah, great aggression from Chalky there at the start. He picked up 2 kills, run that flag straight away, and he's leading the leaderboard for Infused here with 4 kills. So it'll be interesting to see if he can continue that, and it's all tied up at the moment, I believe.
Most certainly is. 2-2-2. Challenge squad will want to close out this semi-final. Don't forget, a win on this map will see them in the final. Surely not a triple there. Will assist Snipe Drone. Now 1 versus 2 for Blackjack, but Snipe Drone will clean him up. Epsilon gallop into a lead, 3-2.
Jimbo pretty much said, I'm going to kill you all. And that, he walked it, he picked up the double kill. That's the second time that he sort of jumped up to that top area of the map and has found Chalky a little bit unaware. So I wouldn't be surprised if if Jimbo, sorry, tries it again, but Chalky's got to be aware that that could happen. He's got to be the one to try and shut him down.
And here it is, that matchup again, Jimbo versus Chalky. Chalky escapes with his life this time, but again, it's hotly contested. They're both happy to challenge each other here. Great confidence shown by both men. Jimbo there, rocking that lovely SMG skin, I might just say. Very, very slow round here by both teams, very calculated. Let's see who has the battle rifle for both teams. I'm seeing Ramirez on the Infused side, and surely Snipe Drone will be the Epsilon rifle. 1:10 left in the round. Snipe Drone here will find Ramirez. Blackjack will open up the round for Infused. But Snipe Drone will take him down. 3 versus 3 now. 2 Foxy pushing aggressively. 57 will take down Chalky, but it's now a 1 versus 2 for 57 to contend with. And he's just trying to get out of dodge here, but unfortunately he will fall to his death. And I think we're all tied up now, Mark. 3-3.
I think that round pretty much showed how important this game is. It was so slow at the start. Neither team wanted to give away that first kill. Eventually, Blackjack managed to pick it up, and then the action began. And it was Infused who managed to close it out. And as you say, 3-3, 4-4, 3-3, 3-3. I mean, it's so tight. Who can call it at the moment?
Look at the flank though immediately here from Blackjack. Surely he'll be telling his team right now, just be patient. I'm behind the enemy team, he'll take down Jimbo, and I like this play, falling back. Oh no, actually. He'll back himself, maybe playing a bit of a risky game here. We'll find 2 Epsilon players, can't quite finish off 57. Snipe Drone will turn on him, and all of a sudden, Epsilon have the man advantage, but Chalky will even that one out by taking down Snipe Drone. 2 Foxy will corral this flag, has 20 to go up against. Still a 2 versus 2. Wonder whether or not 2 Foxy might just let this flag reset, as it is on the danger side of the map here for Infused. Using the lift to great effect. 50 seconds left. See what the Epsilon side are playing with. We have 57 with a rifle, and another rifle's actually spawned. Wonder whether or not he might just be telling his twin brother, hey, why don't you pick up that battle rifle? And that's exactly what they do. So now 2 rifles in the hands of the Epsilon players. And Chalky will outshoot 57 there though. And now they know where 20 is. This is going to be a tough ask of 20 to win this round. Trying to put some shots down there on 2 Foxy. Can't quite do it though. Great round there from Infused. They are now on 2 map points.
And that was such a ballsy play from Blackjack at the start. The flank, I mean, in a tight game, to go for a play like that, and then Chalky at the end doing exactly the same, sneaking down bottom mid. He wasn't afraid to be the aggressor in that battle. And Infused, they've got a chance here to take this game.
Absolutely, 2 map points. As 20 will open up the round very early on. 15 seconds in, the first kill goes down. Jimbo will take down Blackjack now as well. And 20 here will find Ramirez, leaving Chalky in a 1 versus 3. Playing very, very far back here. We've seen this in the past. Teams have gone up against Epsilon in terms of score on breakouts, but can't quite finish the deal. And Chalky here is just trying to stay alive for as long as possible. I think he pretty much knew he was dead at that point. And now it is map point for both teams.
I mean, it couldn't be any tighter. This series has been a fantastic series here, but Infused need to win this round if they want to stay in the tournament. Epsilon just need this round to win the match altogether, and I don't know how to call it at the moment. It's going to be all down to this first pick, I think.
Really tough. 2 Foxy here, very, very ballsy. Challenging after being hit by a grenade. Very tense. Neither team want to be the ones to make the first move. I think Jimbo's the most advanced player here for the Epsilon side. And even he is patrolling the bottom middle area, making sure his team don't get flanked. Let's see where the riflers are. Ramirez on the Infused side, and I'm sure it will be Snipe Drone. Most certainly is. For Epsilon. Finds Blackjack. Unable to finish that one off. 1-5 left in the round. All 4 players still alive for both teams. A very cautious, very calculated game being played by both teams. There's the opening pick there. Snipe Drone takes down 2 Foxy. And that's going to allow the flanks are coming from Jimbo. There's 2 Infused players now left alive. Chalky will take down Snipe Drone though. But it is Chalky in a 1 versus 3. He has 38 seconds to stay alive. He's being hunted by Epsilon players, and Epsilon will win the map and the series. Wonderful stuff from Epsilon.
Great play there. Snipe Drone, that was such an important first kill. We saw how much that game meant to both teams, how slow they played it at the start, but Snipe Drone managed to pick up that first pick with the BR, and then Chalky was left in an impossible situation. But Infused definitely, for me, showed that they are back. They are ready to play some decent Halo now. They've sorted a few of the issues out they had, but Epsilon, you've got to give them massive props there. Amazing series from them. Did a great job. They'll move through to the final.
Yeah, they Infused took it to Epsilon.
They really did.
You know, that's what we wanted to see out of Infused. Yes, you know, they won't be happy with that 3rd, 4th placing in this UK Qualifier Cup. But it's improvement from them. Of course, last time they weren't even in the top 4, so it's improvement from them. Certainly not where they want to be, but it's shown. You know, they've shown that they can hang with Epsilon, and it's pretty much baby steps from Infused at this point.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Epsilon did a great job. You can't.
Oh yeah, let's take nothing away from Epsilon. That was a fantastic series from them.
I mean, it's easy for us to discount that because they've done so well before.
Exactly.
But Infused, from what I can see there, they started very slow. I don't know if they needed to play a little bit more just before they went into the series, and they heated up. And then it was Buck 20 in Game 3.
Yeah,
Killing Frenzy. Jimbo with a great play with the flag to secure the 2nd flag. It was just a series of inches. It was so close. And I mean, 3-1, that's unfair on Infused in my opinion.
You just got to look back at that Ramirez almost clutch.
Oh yeah, that could have been series changing. That would have been series changing that.
And they lost by 1 round in the end as well. So if Ramirez could have pulled that off, if he could have stopped Jimbo capturing that flag in that breakout round, maybe we could be going to a Game 5. Ramirez, of course, won't want to think that. He won't want to think like that. He's,
no.
You know, it was so close. It was a close series all round. Good stuff there from Epsilon. They will advance to the final. But again, Infused, good stuff from them. You know, it's improvement from them.
Yeah, so we've got the other semi-final coming up now, I believe.
We certainly do. And in my mind's eye, I'm seeing XL versus Vibe.
I am. We know that Vibe had progressed, so we'll try and find out. And yes, we just heard that XL is going to match up against Vibe.
I just want to say, we called the top 4 teams going into this tournament, and look who the last 4 teams are.
I'm pleased to get something right, because I pretty much got everything wrong in
Epsilon,
the first
by the way, still on to win this tournament.
So Vibe?
True. They've got to get past XL first, though, Mark.
They do. I think we talked about this before we started the broadcast today, how well Vibe match up against XL.
Yeah. So it's pretty much a nightmare matchup for XL, I think.
Do you think? Why do you think that?
Because Vibe are just such strong slayers. I could see XL matching up against an Infused or an Epsilon where they, you know, fair enough, they have strong slayers on their team, but they rely the majority of their play on their teamwork. That's that's what they're known for. They're known for teamwork kind of players. I think XL match up poorly against Vibe because there's just such strong slayers across the board.
I mean, Mo's respectful, Fusion, Septic.
They
are all monsters as in the kills.
Yeah, you don't back yourself to win against any of those players in a gunfight. Right, we're going to take a very, very short break. We're talking 5 minutes, okay? So make yourself a cup of tea, get some biscuits. We're going to get a drink, and then we'll have semi-final number 2, XL versus Vibe. That's going to be a great one. Make sure you keep it here.